Good morning. Hello, hello. Let me turn that off. Sitsu, hello. Good morning. We're kind of joined by Zilby today. I put a chair over and aside, and he's kind of hanging out with us. But not enough for me to like actually put a camera on him yet. He's moving around too much. But how are you doing? How was your Wednesday? And how is your Thursday going? Uh, Hi. You want? Okay. Won't touch you. Let you play around with there. All right. So, today we are continuing. Oh right, we're gonna be working on the main project, the solution. So yes, we have in our solution source we see that we have okay. I moved Yewdux over to 082. I wanted to practice this. Are you actually happy? Let me turn on the database. Oh yeah, you're definitely not happy. And if you're not happy, then that's because Rust Analyzer stopped working. Um. Oh. You spent a while yesterday trying to sort out your GitHub Actions workflow, and as soon as you had everything sorted out, you found that GitHub Actions itself was having trouble, and you had to wait several hours for it to be resolved. Oh no! You figured that you had done something wrong when nothing was running. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, I wasn't running anything yesterday that required GitHub Actions, so I guess I didn't notice that at all. But it always sucks when it's like the vendor is down, and then we think, what's wrong with our code? And then we rip everything out, and it's like, oh, they're down. That just feels terrible. I'm sorry about that. I've noticed that they have like it's been a while, but there was a time when they were fluctuating up and down quite often. That being said, I still am more happy with them than other CI/CD implementations. So, okay. Well, I need. Let's actually just open up something here. Let's open up main library. Okay, now I can restart the server. Apparently, I can't restart the server if I'm looking at a terminal. Okay, and here we go. That restart is getting faster and faster, which is awesome. I like it. All right, so well, the first thing is store type. I think we have to update the stores. So the first thing I want to do is um just go through and like fix our own stuff. So we're gonna start with the stores. I think we only have one store or do we have two stores? I think we have one store because back then that was the idea. Okay, we have this. We have no major errors here. Okay, that's fine. Oh, right. Not uStore. So I want to actually let's go to Carlo Tomo. Let's remove Yewdux functional completely. Come back to you. Remove you. And we can do a use Yewdux. You subscribe to email notifications, but I guess he didn't see that one. You see they're having more problems with actions earlier. Okay, Yewdux. Prelude star. Okay. All right, so you store type this. Now, okay, so there's two things here, right? So actually, I want to get the store out first. So let's do store dispatch equals store type that. And then if I want to get the token out of this, that's as simple as, and I want this to be a full string. Well, we can just do store dot token and we'll clone it. Is loaded. Okay, so oh yeah, we're doing this with like a local use state. Dispatch. Okay, so we have the dispatch here, so I don't need to copy you again. Did I comment this out the other day? I don't think I left any commented ones in here. Oh, yeah, because we're doing get tasks token await here and get task token await. Yeah, we don't need that. Okay, so you're happy there. Let's just start fixing these errors one at a time. Okay, so Yewdux functional, right? You don't exist, so use Yewdux. I did the style sheet up front there. Okay, so we'll do store dispatch. Use store, please. All right, and then to get the message out, that's just going to be store dot error message. Dispatch. This is a block that's going to be used in this use effect, so I can just clone the dispatch into here. Okay, you're happy. Token. This token, let's get the store again. We already have the dispatch. And that's happy here. Okay, so we have our store used. Okay, that's just getting the store itself. So we got the store and the dispatch is use store store type. Thing is that like this get from store is not nearly as needed anymore. Like we don't really need this get from store because this is just we're getting out by doing this thing from like username and token, which is just unwrap per default. So I don't need that. So get from store goes away completely. So we want let username and token. So let username equals store dot username, which is a string. So we'll just clone you out. Let token equals store dot token dot clone. Okay, so then you are a all right, so this is the block. So I want the token here. So use store state map unwrap per default. I already have the token right here. Why do I need it again? Oh, that was persistent store. Is that not the same thing? That might have been the same thing at the time because we changed the store type. I should be able to just grab the token out. Dispatch is dispatch out. Is that actually an error? I can't tell. We'll wait. Okay, so first we get okay, so we get the token out. Dispatch we've already got. We clone the token into this callback. Do all this stuff. Dispatch. Clone out. Okay, dispatch cloned. That's great. Okay, then we're going to the next block. Seems to be working. Like I don't see any errors. Except right here. No method named dispatch. Wait. I had a save. That's the problem. Okay. Next one. It's the same exact thing over and over and over again. Okay, so token, we'll grab this out. Dispatch we've already got. No more errors in here. Oh, we already have Yewdux preload. Never mind. Okay, so this is taking the store and the dispatch out of use store. Store type. We already have the dispatch. This can be just dispatch clone. good there. We're down to 5 errors. All right, so we need the store out here. And then we'll take our token out. And we don't need this dispatch. All right, so the task. So use store, state map, store. Okay, so we use this store to get task by ID, pass it in the props ID. All right, so this should be a lot simpler. We can do store dot. Oh, can I not do get task by ID? Where's my store? Oh, look, I grabbed the store out in this block here. Um, let's move you up here. So we get our store and dispatch up here. We want the token. So we get the token out here. We probably want dispatch. What errors do we get now? None? I mean, I'll take it. But now store is available out here. So we can do store dot get task by ID, pass in a props dot. This is already an edit task, so props dot ID. Unwrap or default, I think. So far, that one was the most tricky one, and it's not really that tricky either. Okay, so let's grab the store out right here. All right, so tasks, we want to grab the all the tasks and unwrap our default. Okay, so I don't need that. It's like why isn't it helping me? Okay, so store dot tasks. Now this is a vec of tasks. Can I actually just get you as a reference? I mean, it kind of just works. Do I need ownership of them? I don't know. Let's find out. Filter options. Okay, so this is getting out state filter options. We'll do store dot filter options. Let's get you out as a reference. Sort options, same exact thing. You are filter on change. Okay, so the dispatch. So we already have dispatch, so we can just clone you in. You go. Oh, and actually, we can do this as the other type. So let's actually completely convert this. So filter on change is going to now equal to. I don't need this block surrounding. I don't need to get the dispatch. We're going to do this as a dispatch dot reduce mute callback with. And we're going to get the filter value. Okay. So we're going to get the event and filter. Oh, it's going to be the store and filter value. Then we store, select filter. You're not unhappy with that. Oh, this is a mod store. Okay. Got it. It's that thing. So we can get the self. Okay, so store select filter dispatch, clone. So we clone the dispatch in filter value. Okay, so then same exact thing. Let's sort on change. Let's remove you. Okay, so this is going to be dispatch dot reduce mute callback with store. Okay, sort value. Store select sort. Dispatch clone sort value. Is that? Okay, token you store. We actually have the store here. Store dot token. Right. Then okay, so tasks, sort task, filter tasks is another function. Arguments. Okay, so a vec of task. So this needs to be owned. We need to have ownership of it. So nope. Tasks.clone. Filter options needs to be owned. And sort options needs to be owned. And that's it. Okay, so that cleans that quite a bit. 3 errors now. Okay, we already have a Yewdux prelude. All right, so we're using that persistent store. So you're going to be a store dispatch. Come out of use store type. I don't need to get the dispatch separately. On submit. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing here. So we don't need to grab the dispatch separately. This comes over to here. So this becomes dispatch dot reduce mute callback with. Okay, we grab the store, we grab the user from this. Okay, we get the history coming in. We can actually get the dispatch in here too. Then we're doing a spawn local. Okay. You're all happy. Okay, couple things here. All right, let's get the store out separately. All right, so you are trying to get a task out. And where are you going to be used? You're going to be used, oh, just with task title like this. I wonder if we can do as a reference. Let's try that. So task dot, nope, store dot tasks. Wait, what was I? Oh, it's the get task by ID. Oh, it's owned. We're going to get it owned because we're doing that. We're using that get task by ID. Okay, so we're doing store dot get task by ID, props dot ID, unwrap our defaults. Okay, that's good. And then we have a block here. Oh, then for the use effect. Okay, so we have is logged out, is using the store for this. And really we're checking to see if the token is empty. Okay, so it's gonna be store dot token dot is empty. Yeah, that's exactly it for that one. Error message. We want to get the error message out. So this can be store dot error message, and we'll clone you. Edgin, hello, welcome, and thank you for the raid. Edgin, how was your stream? And what are we working on? Were you still working on the you're building something with not Unity, it's the other one, right? I forgot what Godot. That's what it is. Oh, you're doing game jamming still. Okay, awesome. Is it are you using Rust? Or is it or using I think it is it like Python or C# or C++? I can't remember what Godot uses by default. I know that you can install plugins to use other languages, so pretty much anything is open for that, right? No GD script, but you need to learn how to link up Rust. Okay, I know that Mr. Halsey did a bunch of streams where he was programming in Godot using Rust. I haven't seen him stream in a while, but I think he has a bunch of stuff on YouTube. Yeah, it was actually really interesting. He had a lot of he had some interesting things going on with that, and it made me want to like check it out myself too. Eventually, once I have like a whole bunch of other things done. Well, anyways, so what we were working on today is re-recording some videos for an introduction to Yewdux, which is a front-end framework in Yew course that I created. One of the libraries that we were using for state management updated and broke everything. So we are we recorded some previous some little micro exercises in previous streams. Today I'm looking through the solution and updating that and like what I need to do to update it. So the package that got updated was called Yewdux, and it's like a centralized store. So if any of you are familiar with like React and like Redux, Yewdux is to you as Redux is to React, if that makes sense. So things are so much simpler now. So for example, to get this dispatch, I've already got it just by doing this use store up here in the new method. So I don't need to do this at all. And it's a lot simpler code. Let's see. Well, this file's done now. So and okay, I have some warnings. Let's go ahead and remove some of these warnings here. I'm gonna redo this all again. But like actually make it for a recording once I sort of like know what I'm supposed to be doing. All right, so that one is this, and this is a to-do application. So it's basically a front end to a to-do app. Let's see, okay. This we're not using the store from this, but I kind of get it anyway. So let's just underscore you. All right, Cannot move out of dispatch because it is borrowed. All right, so I do this dispatch reduce mute callback with to get you out, and I'm trying to dispatch clone here, but I can't because I'm using dispatch to run this. So we need like another dispatch. I wonder if I can dispatch clone here. Yeah, well, wait, maybe. Doesn't look like it. You're not happy. Borrow of move value dispatch. Move value into closure. Okay, so I moved it into closure. So really what I need to do is create another dispatch out here. So like let store dispatch equals dispatch.clone. Then I don't need to clone you here. And then you become the store dispatch. Oh, I'm doing the, okay. I actually missed that, the same problem up here. So I could shadow, the store dispatch. So we clone the dispatch into store dispatch. We use store dispatch here. Oh, do you make me clone it here too? Oh, that's fun. I don't need the store in here. Um, Now store select filter. Oh, that's too bad. Okay, so I don't actually need a reduce essentially. Let's see. Who is my favorite rapper? I don't I haven't listened to like rap very much forever, so I don't think I can answer that. I'd have to like to listen to a bunch and then maybe I can choose from. Is there any that you would suggest that I listen uh to sort of get a feel for it? Maybe you can like put a bunch of recommendations in and I'll add it to a playlist and like listen to it this weekend. I'll put it on some audio and I'll do some bike rides and listen. Maybe that'll be good. But other than that, yeah, I don't think I can answer that right now. Most of the music that I've been listening to recently is just like programming focused music. Uh yeah, which is kind of sad, isn't it? So this is probably like there's no reason to have this store, so I don't really need a reduce at all. So I should put this back to the callback. So callback from, we don't need this store. We just use this filter value string. Okay, we have filter on change. Store dispatch, we clone it here. We do that again. We do another callback from. We don't need you. Why are you upset? Expected. Oh, then the store dispatch needs to clone into you. Now, if I do that, do I really need the store dispatch? Could I just go back to dispatch.clone? I kind of can. Let's see. Use the move value dispatch. Okay, so I do move the dispatch into here to then clone it. So I think in this one specifically, we're gonna do this sort of trick where we do that dispatch equals dispatch.clone, and then that works in there. And then this one just sort of works. I'm going to do the same trick though, so that way if I, if we ever do add something after the fact, it'll be fine. Okay, so that's good for this file. Cannot move out of dispatch because it is borrowed. Okay, so, oh, it's the same exact problem. This store is unused because what am I doing with this? Spawn local. Login reducer. Yeah, I just need dispatch. Okay, so I was a little bit too fast with switching all these out. So we're gonna go into here. Okay, so we'll start with dispatch equals dispatch.clone. Then we'll turn this into a callback from you are upset. Oh right, I don't need the store anymore. This store we're not using. And this file is good. All right, not using that store. Not using that store. All right, no errors, no warnings. I have this running, I believe. Do I? Yeah, okay. So trunk is running. Let's see what we got. Well, let's see what we can see. Here's our to-do. Let's log in. Oh, can I remember my username? Fine, I'll create an account. What username? Uh-oh. Okay, so it's not working. Let's look at origin cross. Okay, so I'm going to 8080 to our API. Oh, you know what? I bet I don't have the right server running. Okay, so Docker compose ps. Okay, so I want to do a Docker compose stop. Docker compose. I think I probably want to do a full down. Oh, right. There's a profile I need to use when bringing this back up again. All right, let's do yeah, that Docker compose YAML file. Okay, so for this course, we were using a Node.js Express server that had been previously created. So I want to use this profile here. Okay, so we want to use Docker compose profile that up background daemon mode. Right, this network not found. Error response from daemon. Driver failed programming external connectivity and endpoint. Port is already allocated. Did I take it down? Oh, for 3000. I must have something else running on port 3000. Docker PS. Oh, yeah, I totally have. 4 days ago I started this. Okay. I need to stop you. Docker stop you. All right, let's try this again. All right, back to you. Oh wait, and then I need to do trunk server. Okay, here we go. So we're gonna create an account. Let's do Brooks builds. Hey, there we go. Okay, so I was able to create an account. Here's my 2 default accounts that I created. I can complete them. If I hit refresh, they're still completed. Okay, I could see the details. I can delete the task. I can add a new task. Can change the priority. There we go. Okay. I can change the sort order. Can I? Is that working? Sort as by priority. Okay, literally every sort that I have is this order. Okay, so if I want to do that, let's do like a okay, we'll do priority B. Okay, so that comes in here, and I want to do name, created order. Okay, that's correct. Priority is correct. Name is not sorting correctly. I'm not getting any errors though. I wonder if that's a bug that I have that was previously in there. Probably. Yeah, that's too bad. Okay. All right. Well, let's see. I have half an hour before I would need to end. I don't know if I'm going to take that long to do the refactoring. But I think I'm going to try to do the recording of at least like getting all the errors not working and getting this up and running. So, let's switch. Let's close all of these up. I'll stop trunk. All right, for this solution, this is going to be fine. I can save you temporarily in here if I really need to. So, continued solution update. But what I want to do now is switch to oh, you wonder if it's sorting caps first instead of being case insensitive. Oh, that's a super good point. Um, I bet you're right. I bet you're right. It's trying to be clever. I think I'm just doing a normal sort and not customizing it at all. Okay. So let's add in So that goes in there, and then if I go name, hey, you got it at Sitsu. Okay, that's exactly what's happening here. All right. Well, when I go and show off what this is, that's what we're gonna have to do. Okay, so back to you. Let's do a get switch to main. I don't think there's anything changed here. All right, so I want to do a get switch to real solution, or maybe like recording solution. Okay, so the big differences. So I've got our solution still here. Where's my cargo? Tamil. Yeah, we still have Yewdux functional in here, and Yewdux is still the old version. Okay, excellent. So now we can record going through and doing this entire thing again. So let's get a trunk serve going here. Let me log out. And all right. Things are still running. All right. So let's all right, I think I'm ready for all of this. All right, so as part of my normal recording of these videos, this is going to go onto YouTube. What I usually do for this is not really respond to chat. So if anything happens, I won't really respond to it. I do try to read them, and if it's something that like might change how I record, you'll probably notice that, but I won't like necessarily do like the entire, oh, hey, let's chat about that for a little second. And we're going to do what we did before, and it's just going to be updating the course and changing the Yewdux version. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so Yewdux has updated its version to use basically a lot of new features that were going to be in U 0.2, but the author released them a little bit early, which does change a lot of the stuff that we have if we want to use the latest version of Yewdux. It has a lot of really good versions too. So I wanted to show you all how I would refactor a project from using the older version of Yewdux, which if we take a look at our cargo Tamil, we have Yewdux version 0.7.0 here. We're going to be switching to 0.8.2. So let's go ahead and do that here. Now, the first big thing to know is that Yewdux functional is no longer necessary. Everything that was in Yewdux functional is now rolled into Yewdux itself. So let's go ahead and remove this. And I'll hit save. And now the rest of this video is going to be us going through and fixing all of our errors. I saw that a bunch of errors sort of popped up for a second, and then I think Rust Analyzer needs to be restarted. So let's go ahead and do that. We have trunk running, and we have a ton of errors now showing here. If you were trying to follow along and you were using the latest version of Yewdux with this, with the solution, you would also see all of these problems here. You're still not showing any errors. Let's start by going to the store, because that's where I would recommend us starting first. So head over here. You're not necessarily yelling at me, but you should be. We have use Yewdux prelude. There's no Yewdux like functional here, so we should be fine. The big thing is that we want to derive store for the store. Okay, there we go. Now it's starting to find it. There is no such thing as a persistent store here anymore. It's actually changed the way we do this. So let's actually open up. I'm gonna open up Firefox. I'm gonna find crates and Yewdux. And there is a book that we can read now. And under here, under store, we can look at persistence. And it actually suggests that now we're going to use this uh, this terminology. We're going to use this macro, which storage equals local, or that could be session for our session and local storage. So we're going to add that here, and then we don't need this store type is no longer going to be this persistent store. This store type is now going to be an RC. We do need to pull in RC. Oh, come on. Import RC and store. All right, we have you. Let's now take care of some of these warnings and errors. Okay, so type store dispatch equals dispatch store type. I mean, that's fine. That's true. So I'm going to leave that alone for anybody who is using that. Okay, so impl persistent for store. So we don't need to impl persistent for store anymore because that's handling it for us. So that goes away. We're manually implementing default. A lot of errors in here. Okay, so store dispatch. This is trait bound. RC store, Yewdux store is not satisfied. Volume traits. Oh, are we missing? Oh, in this store, we need partial equal. Also, so store, clone, serialize, deserialize, partial equal. Don't remember if we need default's already manually implemented for it. Let's see what we need here. The trait bound, it's not satisfied. Listener, subscriber, required by a bound in Yewdux dispatch. Now this type, store dispatch is store type. Oh, but I don't want it to be RC store. This is just store, like that. All right, next up. Dispatch reduce. And then, oh, right, because like now, the dispatch reduce expects us to return a full store again. So for example, what I might do is say, all right, have this be a mute store. We then set those and then return the entire store. And that makes this one pass. But that's kind of not exactly what we want to do. So instead of mute store, what if we let's see, here we go. What if we change this to reduce mute? And if we do that, we get a mutable reference to the store here, and we can just change it. And that just seems to work. So everywhere in here that we have this dispatch reduce, I'm going to change that to a dispatch reduce mute. And that, well, except this one, which I apparently already had. And that just fixes everything in this file. All right, the rest of it. We're going to run through and like just fix all of these errors. First of all, wherever we see Yewdux functional, we get to remove it and replace it with a Yewdux prelude star. And then there's usually a couple errors. This one, we want to get a message out. Let's grab the store out separately. So that store dispatch equals use store. We can just throw that store type in here. And we want the message out. How is this message going to be used? We're going to actually just clone it inside of here. So we might as well, if we're going to clone that, if the message is empty, I might be able to just get away with just a reference to it here. Let's try it. So I want a store.error message. And let's get a reference to that. Okay. Use store, you're upset. Why are you upset? The trait bound. Store not satisfied. What did I miss for this? Did I accidentally leave Yewdux functional in here? No. Yewdux. Store type. Don't need that. Okay, so you store this. That gives me these. That's happy. Okay, so dispatch is, I don't need to use this use store twice like this in here. We could just dispatch clone. Dispatch clone in you. Dispatch RC store. Okay. The following other types implement Yewdux store. Oh, I wonder if it's like back into here. So our store type is this RC store. Oh, I wonder if I want this to just be store. Yeah, that made that error go away. Okay, so we're happy there. Back to you. This message needs to, okay, so the big thing is that we can't use a reference to it. So let's switch you off to, instead of getting just a reference here, we'll clone you. Okay. We're happy there. We have 16 errors and 1 warning. Let's go through them. Yewdux functional. So we're going to replace that again. Go to prelude. Star there. All right, what are you upset about? You want the token. Well, let's get the store and dispatch out. So use store. This is our store type. Token. Okay, well, we can just clone the token out. So store.token.clone. Dispatch. Well, we already have that, so I don't need that again. And this file is done. Next file. We already have Yewdux prelude, so I can just remove you. And okay, so we get the store out. Let's replace the store with store and dispatch. Use store instead of this persistent store. We're just going to use the store type. Okay, so get from store. Get from store is giving us this username and string. And we're grabbing that, but all we're doing is getting username and the token separately. Well, I don't even need this function anymore. We're going to come up to here. So we need username and token. Let's do one at a time. So let username equals store.username, clone that out. Let token equals store.token.clone that out. Okay, nice and simple. Next up, okay, so we have a block here. So we're creating a callback from. Now we're using the store inside, kind of, but we're using static methods that are on the store. So I don't think we necessarily need to replace the callback here with a use dispatch with. So, or a dispatch mute with. Oh, it's dispatch reduce mute with. Okay, so I don't need to do any of that stuff. Let's grab the token is just now token clone. So we're cloning a token in here to then move it inside. Dispatch, we can clone the dispatch into here. And now that moves everything in and moves everything into here, and then moves everything into the WASM bind on futures. And that's not really an error. That's just sort of light red to show me that's changed in Git. Okay, excellent. Next errors. Yewdux functional. We don't have a prelude, so let's bring that in. And okay, so we need the token out. Let's get the store and dispatch. Use store. And we'll do store type. All right, so then token becomes just store.token.clone that out. Dispatch we already have. All right, so we have this call back from. We want the token, which we're greening out. The dispatch we're cloning in. Oh, this file's done. All right, next file. Yewdux prelude. And same exact thing before. Okay, so store dispatch equals use store. And we want the store type. Store type, there we go. All right, token is going to be just the store.token.clone that out. Dispatch we already have. And this file is done. Next file. We need the prelude again. And down here, okay, so we need the token. Looks like we need the token here. This is now inside of this onSubmit callback. Let's actually get the store and state out here. So let store dispatch equals use store type. Okay. This token, then we can use the store to get it. So store.token.clone. This dispatch, I can just clone the dispatch. And nothing really else here. Okay, next up. We already have Yewdux prelude, so we'll just use that one. And okay, so we're grabbing the store. So let's do store dispatch equals use store. And this is going to be a store type now. And I don't need this store dispatch. Okay, so store dispatch equals, we can just do a dispatch clone here. And that will move in. Okay. We also don't need this anymore. So that'll be one less thing we need to remove for the warnings at the end. Okay, Yewdux functional. Let's remove that to the prelude. And 3 items here. So we have this on submit. Let's grab this store. So that store dispatch use store type. Okay, so we want the token out of here. So store.token clone un. Dispatch, we'll clone in the dispatch. And then you are, okay, so task. We want the task, but we're gonna use this method, get task by ID, and pass in the props. Well, actually, I can just probably cut this out, put you straight in there. And now that gets me this option task. Let's go ahead and unwrap our default. And now we have the task. Okay, that's easy. Okay, so back to getting the prelude from Yewdux. Prelude star. All right, we have a series of errors here. All right, so this is all just using the use store to get the store, so we can grab like tasks. Let's grab the store out first separately. So that store dispatch equals use store type. All right, so then get the tasks. We are just going to grab all the tasks. So really just this. And an unwrap, or actually just that, because that's a full vector of the task. Okay, great. Filter options. We need to do the same exact thing. So we're going to do store dot filter options and clone you. Sort options. Same exact thing. Store dot sort options clone. And okay, so then we're going to have this callback here. We're going to pass in a dispatch. So I just need a dispatch. We already have one, so we're just going to put in dispatch here to clone it. And then you're happy. Exactly the same thing here. Dispatch clone. All right, so then we have a token here that we want to grab out of the store. So let's do store.token clone you. And that's it for this file. All right, next up, we have the Yewdux prelude. So let's go ahead and remove the Yewdux functional call. And all right, so we're grabbing a store out of here using that persistent store. Let's change that to store dispatch. Use store is now store type. And then we don't need that dispatch. Okay, then we can just take this as a dispatch clone into this block, and we don't need this store anymore. All right, one error remaining. Okay, so we need to get the prelude out of Yewdux here. And let's see. All right, we need the task. We need is logged out. Okay, so let's get the store information. Store dispatch equals use store type. Okay. Then task, we're gonna do, looks like we're just gonna do the get task by ID. So store dot get task by ID, props.id, and what do you give me? You give me an option, so that's unwrap or default. Okay, so then inside this block, we're going to is logged out. Okay, so we can grab the store dot is. Oh, we just need to check the store token is empty. Okay, so store dot token dot is empty. Okay, that will tell me that. Error message. We just want this error message. Okay, so store dot error message. And we can clone that out. Dispatch, we already have that, so let's just clone this in. And that's this file. Okay. We have no errors left, just warnings. Okay, so we're not using that store. Most of these are just going to be not using, just delete. In fact, I think all of them are going to be. So this store, we're going to put an underscore next to it because we're not using it. Same for this store here. We were only getting the dispatch. We don't need the RC here, apparently. This was in store itself. Oh, right. I didn't need the RC for the store type. And that's it. No more errors, no more warnings. We were still running trunk, so it should have been rebuilding as we were doing all those refactorings. Let's actually head over to our app and double check that this still works. So if I create a new account, let's do Brooksville's after refactor, give a new password. All right, I was able to create an account, so something is working at the very least. We can add a task. We'll add something to go in the very front. I don't really care what that is. Let's make this a priority B. Create the task. Okay, so if I name, that goes in the front. Priority, created order. Okay, that seems to be working just fine. Filter seems to be working. All right. I'm liking it so far. If I go into one of the into here, we can edit the task. Add a whole bunch of other stuff that adds in there, and we can delete the task. All right, and then finally we'll just log out. So that is sort of like a run through of how we can refactor the solution if we use the older version of Yewdux to then move it to the new version of Yewdux. And it's something I really like about Rust is that when we do those major updates, the compiler sort of helps us a lot. Now, I did go through once, like a little ahead of time, just sort of like to look through to sort of see how much work it was going to be. But for the most part, it wasn't really that much. And as you can see, the store itself was where most of the error little squiggly lines were. And that was really just changing the type of methods that we were using. So, anyways, if you did follow the solution with the original version of Yewdux, I hope that this helps in refactoring. So that way, you can use the newest version of Yewdux. And with that, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you online. Bye. It now says stop recording, which I have a horrible feeling that I may not have recorded that. Let's see. Oh yeah, I actually okay. That's fun. So I stopped there. I have the thing where it stops record it starts recording automatically when I start streaming. And so then when I first did the command, it stopped the recording. I then recorded the thing and then started the recording again. So I just did the complete opposite. I could grab it from Twitch and use that, or maybe tomorrow we'll just re-record that really quickly. I do feel that I rushed through it a little bit too much. And I think I did that because I was trying to finish on time so I can get to work today. So I think tomorrow let's re-record that, but not in like a super rush mode. So I'm just gonna go ahead and delete those recordings. And before I forget, let's just turn off the auto record because I think that's causing me more trouble than it's really worth. Where is that? Automatically record and streaming. Turn that off. Okay. A little rushed and the store type became redundant. Yeah, it did. The store type did become a little bit redundant. We might. Yeah, I was putting the store type in there because there's a bunch of things that we're using store type, but I could just go straight to the store and it's fine. So yeah, I could just go straight to the store. It would also be fine there. All right, well, let's tomorrow is Friday. Yeah, let's plan on from the beginning we'll do this again, but not rushed, and maybe I'll just go straight to the store. That makes the most sense anyways. All right, well, thank you so much for hanging out with me this morning while I did some recordings that didn't matter. We'll do a take two tomorrow. I hope that you all have a great rest of your Thursdays. And I'll be back at 7 a.m. to continue working on this. Have a super great day and see you next time. Bye.